Crown Zenith is one of those sets that has just been an absolute blast to open, and I'm sure you will agree with me when it comes to this. A lot of times during sets when you're chasing cards or things like that, if you open up a lot of product, eventually it's like, okay, well, I'm kind of sick of opening this set. I want to move on to the next set. And as a store, as a business, we open up a lot of product before a set releases, so that way we can stock our website with singles and things like that that'll appeal to collectors and to competitive players who want to purchase singles rather than chase down the cards that they need out of sealed product, because it is just not financially responsible to do that. And a lot of people understand that now, that it makes a lot more sense to open up some, have fun doing it, appreciate the artwork, appreciate the hobby, but then focus on singles, because after a set releases, prices drop considerably. And what we do is we kind of calculate the fun cost of what it is when it comes to opening up a new set. And that's what we're going to do today for Crown Zenith, and it's completely different. It is much, much different than what we've seen from a lot of other sets. So take Silver Tempest, for example. Silver Tempest, when it came out, you were opening up a booster box. Let's say you paid about $110 for it. That was kind of the market going rate when the set released, and you would only pull about $70 worth of value on average outside of your Silver Tempest booster box. Well, that $40 difference that you're losing, we call that the fun cost, what you would expect to lose when it comes to opening up sealed product. Because as you guys already know, it doesn't make sense to open up product of Pokemon cards expecting to make money. That's not how businesses work. Businesses work by buying product at wholesale and then turning that sealed product, typically, unless it's before a set's release, turning that sealed product for a little bit of profit. When I say a little bit of profit, with Pokemon, it's a very, very tiny bit of profit, because there's not a whole lot of money when it comes to sealed Pokemon from a storefront level. But today, we're going to be talking about the average value of what you can expect to pull out of your Crown Zenith Elite Trainer box, and it's actually not too bad. It's actually very, very good. Very interesting data. There is going to be a lot of data in this video, so I'm sorry if I lose anybody. We are going to use the pull rate data that we just kind of compiled and talked over on Friday's video. If you haven't watched that, go back, watch the video I posted a couple days ago on Friday. You can win yourself an Evolving Skies booster box, but lots of really good data in there. So I'm going to flip you guys around so you can see what I'm talking about, and you don't have to listen to me just ramble without a screen. So what we did was we took the pull rate data from Crown Zenith, and we put a price point associated with each card on what we would expect to be able to sell that card for. Now, we waited until after Crown Zenith released, so that way a lot of new sellers and new inventory could go up on TCG Player, so we could get a fair barometer of where products were actually selling, because as we know, once a set releases, those singles kind of tank real quickly as more and more sellers join the race to the bottom, because that's really what TCG Player is. It's a race to the bottom. You want to have your card cheaper than everybody else, so it's more likely to be purchased by the end consumer. So what we did is we took all of our pull rate data, assigned a price point with what we would expect each card to sell for with each of those pull rate numbers, and then took the average of that so we could get a good understanding of how much value is expected on average based off of the pull rate data from your Elite Trainer box. So we're going to go through things relatively quick here, because I don't want to sit and bore you with too much talk or too much blabber or anything like that. So if we look at the regular art ultra rares that are located in Crown Zenith, everything is basically a $2 bulk ultra rare. And I know that a lot of V cards, a lot of regular art Vs sell for well below $2, but I believe that if you look hard enough, if you try and sell something on its own by itself, it takes a lot more work, but you should be able to get approximately $2 for even a bulk V. So everything in here listed is a $2 card, with the exception of one card. That is the Charizard V in Crown Zenith. This is the only one that was selling for really above a bulk value, and it was really only going for about $3. So for the majority of the cards, regular art V cards that you pull out of Crown Zenith, they're all going to be worth basically bulk pricing right away, outside of that Charizard V, which only sells for about $1 more than bulk pricing. If you look at the VMAX and V-Stars, a little bit better price points on some of these. You still have $2 for the Zeraora V-Star, bulk pricing for the Duraludon VMAX, bulk pricing for the Hatterene VMAX, and bulk pricing for the Simisear V-Star. However, you do have some that are worth a little bit more, like the Regigigas V-Star was selling for $4, the Rotom V-Star was selling for $4, Zeraora VMAX was selling for $3, Zacian was selling for $4, everything else between $3 and $4, except for the Charizard V-Star. Again, being Charizard, it is a little bit more expensive. That is selling for about $9 right now, so you get a little bit more out of that Charizard V-Star than the rest of them. If we look at the Radiant cards, actually not too bad. The Charjabug selling for a couple bucks, the Eternatus selling for $4, but the Charizard Radiant, the Radiant Charizard selling for $15 right now. I don't know if it's going to drop a whole lot. If you look at the Radiant Charizard from Pokemon Go, a lot lot more playable, still selling for about $25. However, that playability aspect plays a huge role in the pricing for that card, so I think maybe $10 to $15 is a good barometer of where Charizard, the Radiant Charizard, will fall. And we've got the Secret Rare Pikachu in this set, a pull rate of 1 out of every basically 100 packs. Really strong pull rates for the Secret Pikachu. This card has absolutely collapsed in price, and that's okay because the card looks absolutely stunning. It is a wonderful looking card. If you for some reason can't pull it, it's getting to a point where it's much more affordable to buy. I do expect it to kind of hover around that $30 to $40 mark. It looks like right now it's selling for about $40. I don't expect it to go too much lower than that, kind of comparable to what we saw the Pikachu V and the Pikachu VMAX from the Trainer Gallery of Lost Origin. It's kind of where I figure it will settle. It has similar pull rates to that. Very cool artwork. So I think $40 is a good price point for that. If we look at the full art trainers right here, you've got the Volo selling for $5, Professor's Research selling for $5, Friends in Hisui selling for $13, the Friends in Sinnoh selling for $18. It's a little bit better. The Friends in Galar, the Trainer Gallery card from Silver Tempest, right around that $20 mark. So we might see Friends in Hisui go up a little bit yet. $13 might be a little cheap for it, but we'll look at pricing and drops on Tuesday's video. If we look at Alessa's Sparkle, right now not doing too bad, hovering right around $30, sitting at $29. That's what we can expect to sell it for currently. If we move over to the Gallerian Gallery front half, so these are the Gallerian Gallery cards that are a little bit easier to pull. For the most part, everything is selling for very close to bulk pricing. You have the Comfey selling for $3, you have the Hisuian Voltorb selling for $3, and the Keldeo selling for $3, as well as the Latias and Lapras selling for $3. The Magmortar is $3, the Manaphy is $3, the Mew, so that Sleeping Mew is selling right now for $9, along with the Pikachu from the front half of the Gallerian Gallery, also $9. Everything else is basically a bulk price when it comes to that front half of Gallerian Gallery, so everything is selling for just about $2 or $3 except for that Sleeping Mew and that Sleeping Pikachu. Those are a little bit more in demand. The artworks people really enjoy, and if you look at Lost Origin as a good barometer of some of those front half cards like the Charizard, like the Gengar, like the Snorlax, like the Sleeping Pikachu, some of those just have higher values because even though the pull rates are a little bit easier, the demand is just there for those cards to be better than bulk pricing. So Pikachu, Sleeping Mew, you might see them drop a little bit more, but I do expect them to be better than bulk pricing. I don't think they'll be as low as that $2 to $3 mark like what we see currently for all the other front half of the Gallerian Gallery. If we look at the back half of the Gallerian Gallery, the cards are pretty much all over the place. So you've got the Hisuian Zoroark V-Star at $23, the Leafeon V-Star currently selling for $39. I'm not going to go through everything right here. I'm just going to point out a little bit of some of the cards that are kind of standing out a little bit more. The Drapion V, one of the cheaper cards in the set, is selling for $10. The Glaceon V-Star, one of the more expensive ones of the V-Stars, currently selling for $30. The Hatterene VMAX, all the way down to $6 already. Same thing with the Hoopa V, much lower than the rest of the cards. That is only selling for $7 as the back half of the Gallerian Gallery. The Mewtwo V-Star was once at $135 a couple days ago, has dropped all the way down to $70. So if you were cracking a bunch of ETBs looking to sell the product right now to recoup some of that value, you're only getting about $70 from your Mewtwo V-Star as opposed to the $130 that you might have been getting a couple days ago. The Regigigas V-Star selling for $15. That cool Suicune V, that's the card that we pulled the most out of the back half of the Gallerian Gallery. That's selling for $35 currently. You have $30 for the Irida. These full art trainers from the Gallerian Gallery are actually not too bad when it comes to price points. Cynthia's Ambition, $27. Like I said, that Irida is $30. Other than that, every other card is below $20 and as cheap as $3 for the Grant and the Charon's Care. The Raihan is only $7. Adaman, $11. The Melanie is $15. The Roxanne is $11. And the Gardenia and Colress are both selling for $13. If we look at the gold cards, so the Giratina V-Star, these are going up and down all over the place, going through buyouts, going through a lot of random things. So Tuesday's video, we'll get a lot more information as far as what drops, what percentages, things that are going on now. Hopefully the market will settle a little bit. Right now it's all over the place for these gold cards. Pull rates are actually fairly attractive for these gold cards. You're getting 1 out of every 150 packs. The Giratina V-Star seems to be the one that people are most interested in. We did pull the most of that, 1 out of every 267 packs, currently selling at a price point of $138. The Arceus V-Star, the gold Arceus, selling for $130. The Palkia V-Star selling for $53, and the Dialga V-Star selling for $69. Of course, we didn't pull any Dialga V-Star, so unfortunately that's not going to be able to help our sample too much here. But if we look down at the average value, so this is what we wanted to figure out. We wanted to figure out on average how much are each of those rarities going to be worth that we're going to pull out of our Elite Trainer box. So you're going out, you're spending $50 on an Elite Trainer box. The idea is to stay as close to that $50 mark or better from your pull, so that way you can get the most bang for your buck, right? You want to be able to have fun and enjoy it, but not necessarily spend a lot of money and lose a lot of money. So out of these 1,600 packs that we opened, we associated the pull rates for each individual card, but then for this kind of experiment here, we're focused more on the rarity. So we know that regular arts, you're going to pull approximately 1.1 regular arts out of your Elite Trainer box. The average value of those regular arts is $2.05. Remember, all the cards were $2 except for that Charizard V, which is selling for $3. That means on average, your Elite Trainer box is going to have $2.26 of value out of the regular arts that you would pull out of it. For VMAXs and V-Stars, a little bit lower because your pull rates are a little bit worse. You're only pulling 0.64 out of your Elite Trainer box at an average value of $3.37. That means on average, you're pulling $2.15 worth of value out of your ETB in VMAX and V-Star. For Radiance, a little bit higher, 0.38 is what you're pulling. So 1 out of every 3 ETBs, basically you're going to pull a Radiant card with an average value of $6.20 associated with those Radiant cards. Again, this is skewed a little bit because the Radiant Charizard is worth $15, but even the Eternatus is worth $4 or so. So a little bit better when it comes to that. $2.36 is basically your average that you're going to get in value out of your Elite Trainer box when it comes to Radiance. Your full art trainer, so this is not including the back half of the Gallerian Gallery. This is just the full art trainers that are in the main series set, because those could have a little bit different pull rates than what we saw from the Gallerian Gallery. You're getting 0.19 full art trainers out of your Elite Trainer box at an average value of $11.87. So you could pull something as high as that Alessa Sparkle that's worth about $30, or you could pull something as low as the Professor's Research or Volo, which are selling for about $5. However, since it takes 5 Elite Trainer boxes to open up one full art trainer, you're only looking at an average of about $2.23 in value from your full art trainers out of your Elite Trainer box. The Secret Rare Pikachu, there's only one of them. It's selling for $40. You get 1 out of every 10 Elite Trainer boxes. That means on average, you're going to be getting about $3.75 worth of value out of your Elite Trainer box for Crown Zenith. The Gallerian Gallery front half, you've got 2.12 that you're going to pull out of your Elite Trainer box. So a little bit more than 2. Some boxes you'll be able to get 3 of the front half of the Gallerian Gallery, but for the most part, you're going to get 2 at an average value of $2.67. Since you're pulling at least 2 of them, that means on average, you're going to have $5.66 worth of pulls out of Crown Zenith for the front half of the Gallerian Gallery. The back half, a little bit better because those cards are much more valuable. You're only getting 1.09, so most of your Elite Trainer boxes are only going to have 1 of the back half of the Gallerian Gallery in them, but some of them might have 2 at an average value of $18.17. That means on average from your Crown Zenith Elite Trainer box, you're going to be pulling $19.87 worth of value out of it. The gold cards that are in your Gallerian Gallery, only 0.07, so like we said, 1 out of every 15 Elite Trainer boxes or 150 packs. On average, these are selling for $120.36. Obviously, the Arceus and Giratina are the 2 more expensive ones. However, because the pull rates are significantly lower, on average, your Elite Trainer box is only going to have about $8.27 worth of value when it comes to those gold cards. So if you put that all together and you factor in the that you bought the Elite Trainer box for $50. In the Elite Trainer box, you do get your Lucario V-Star that's selling for basically bulk pricing already. It's only a $2 card, but that's included in every Elite Trainer box is the promo card. And then we added $5 in ancillary hits. This is actually low ancillary hits, being your reverse hollow energies, your textured energies, which are selling for a few dollars a piece, your Zamazenta hollow rare, which is selling for a couple dollars. Those character signature rares, the signature hollow trainers, those are selling for a couple dollars a piece. So you should, in essence, pull a little bit more than $5 worth of value when it comes to those ancillary hits. We add that to it, and then the average pulls, if we add all this together, on average, your Elite Trainer box is going to have $46.55 in value just from the hits. Now, you're going to have some that are better than this. You're going to have some that are worse than this, but the important thing to remember is this is an average for a reason. So on average, you can expect about $46 to $47 worth of pulls from your Elite Trainer box. That brings the total to $54 $54, which is right around the MSRP for this Elite Trainer box, which is $50. So buying an Elite Trainer box at $50, you should get on average about $54 worth of value out of it, which makes it much, much better than what we've seen from past sets, including sets like Pokemon Go, including sets like even Shining Fates, because the values have been so low on Shining Fates singles. So if you're spending $50 on Elite Trainer box that you're buying at MSRP, Crown Zenith is definitely the way to go because you can get the most bang for your buck. You're looking at a difference of about $4 over what you're spending when it comes to value. Now, this is going to change. It's going to fluctuate over time. We're just kind of looking at it right now so that way you can get a good understanding as the set releases. Some of these cards are going to go up. Some of them are going to go down over the next several weeks as the set fluctuates a little bit. If we're looking at our success or our failure when it comes to opening up, I know not a lot of people are going to be opening up 160 Elite Trainer boxes of Crown Zenith, but that's what we did. If you want to get a good understanding of how we did our total value of the pulls, if we add everything together, so all the cards that we pulled, I multiplied them all by the price points that we associated with them, we're looking at about $7,449 worth of pulls that we got out of our Crown Zenith Elite Trainer boxes. This doesn't include the ancillary hits or the Lucario promos or anything like that. Our total cost at wholesale was $49.60, so about $31 is the wholesale price for an Elite Trainer box of Crown Zenith. Selling 160 of them at wholesale cost would equal $4,960. That's a $2,489 difference when it comes to the profit point. It's pretty much going to be the same thing as selling an Elite Trainer box at MSRP once it all breaks down because the pull rates are so close. If we would have bought 160 Elite Trainer boxes just at MSRP, just at $50 a piece, that would have cost $8,000. We would have lost $551. That's why it makes more sense to sell them at the beginning before the set releases or right when the set is releasing because you get a better price point as far as your value goes when it comes to those singles, and obviously buying them at wholesale as opposed to buying them at MSRP. So I do apologize because I know it's a lot of numbers and I know it's a lot of data, and this is really just the cleanest that I can make it look without spending tons of hours. This already takes kind of long enough to go through just assembling it all together versus putting it all over into PowerPoint. When we look at price points on Tuesday, we'll have a better presentation of drops and things like that, so it'll look a little bit cleaner, but not bad at all. I mean, if you're looking at $54, if you're looking at opening up a product for fun, which is really what Pokemon is supposed to be about, getting the maximum amount of value and getting equal value to what you paid for it is super, super cool, and I think that's going to help a lot with Crown Zenith as far as longevity goes and things like that. So I hope you're enjoying Crown Zenith. If you do enjoy the content, please hit that subscribe button down below, leave a like, leave a comment. It goes a long way for the algorithm. Thank you so much for taking the time to listen to me ramble. I hope you guys all enjoyed it. If you have any questions or comments, obviously let me know down below. I'll see you guys in a couple days. Until then, peace.